Ma'am, voice tabibra.
Hi, sir. Good morning.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Khoi mi sik amuk lay rage.
98 เลยsir.
98 lay rega. Ado hai khoi mi khara lak su lak nagi ni aduga mi lak pasi hai khoi gi
เป็นได้ยาวเท่าไหร่
challaroi ko khoi gi zoom app sida mi chama dagi hena chan de ko hai khoi gi zoom gi live streaming sida ado hai khoi khoi gi live ngasi gi live stream si yengoi de ba khoi gi satra sing si khoi video recording oina yengbip tare adu gi damukta khoi haijari ko hoi mayam ai samak sar bobocha ko we ai Ibemhal gi director ne ngasi se khoi gi online general foundation course akhoi ngasi hogdok cha dori ne khoi ngasi orientation class tawgani ngasi tang kunga manga ne ngasi tang kunga manga dagi na akhoi gi august ki tang kunthra phawba akhoi orientation class tawgani ko orientation class sida akhoi oja manga changkani oja manga sena akhoi gi angka ga english ka reasoning ga takpi gani ko aduga akhoi gi satra singna hairiba oja manga si akhoi gi nungai te haibagi matungina apam pam da bagi matungina akhoi gi mingchanba chanda ba du lepi gadabane aduna orientation class manga si soiduna yaubiyo yaubi matungda akhoi gi tang ama september gi tang ama da akhoi gi ngasagi hairiba general foundation course si akhoi hogjagani ko adu ngasagi class si yaur matungda mingchanbi ba adune akhoi na haijurisi class se hana yengbiu ko akhoi general foundation course ke akhoi flyer se akhoi ma'am ubiramani ko akhoi flyer sida akhoi na whatsapp group ta akhoi na circulate toriba akhoi general foundation course se masida yauriba akhoi online general foundation course na haire ko masida aina satra singda haijaningdaba mana ngasai akhoi general foundation course na thabi yariba parikha si kari no haibadu aidu hana masak thokna panjage ko akhoi general foundation course Ibemhal IAS na hojik pangthok ko doriba general foundation course na akhoi thabe yariba parikha si kari no haibse hanamtang fajanamtang mayek thokna mayam khangminasi ko ahanbada ngasai SSC hage ko si akhoi ubi ko si aina irisa
Chao mayek sing
kitang PA am speaker
kitang pipra
yes
fare adu sum ai sum hage khar chawn su ige ko SSC de ko SSC da akhoi gi combined graduate level haibam lai ko graduate lorga thagadaba secretariat post mayam income tax officer excise custom gi akhoi gi combined graduate level haina graduation lorga thagadaba CGL haibam lai adagi akhoi gi combined higher secondary level haibam lai sin the 12 lorga thagadami combined higher secondary level sina adagi muk MTS anab lai MTS is na kana multitasking staff ana haibani ko multitasking staff haibani masina matriculation level ni ko adagi amana akhoi gi SSC na lawada akhoi CPO da SI Central Police Organization Sub Inspector ko similar SSC na lawa singda number 2 da banking and high ko banking sida kadi post lay banking sida akhoi gi PO lay banking sida clerical lay banking sida aikhoi gi management trainee lay management trainee ko adagi banking de kari lay specialist officer lay banking de kari lay office assistant lay si lay re ko PO clerk MTSO adagi khoi gi office assistant post khara su lay gani ko post khara su lay gani like agricultural officer guma nabart naga recruit to ba khara adum lay gani ko adu sina main on oira masigi hairiba post sing si karam karamba bank na masi recruit to wi na hai taraga di madu SBI lay ko adagi ai khoi gi IBPS adagi IBPS RRB NABARD RBI ko maroina bank manga si lokhot ke masigi bank manga si lokhot ke masigi bank sina sigi post me amse recruit towi RBI the grade B haibusulai RBI assistant haibusulai mayam gyan tabi ko si maroina si ani sini ko makha da sum dak sarake
sa kano
have you
banking gi kano exam tha ba ma gi qualification je kya 12 pe tha ho ya ba graduation le ta ne
SBI gi clerk si masi I am not very sure at the very moment, but before SBI clerk can be given by say 12 standard, which have say marks of say some 60% and above. Those 12 standard aspirants can appear for SBI clerk exam, and those graduate also they do appear, but those 12 standard which has got say some 60% marks in the 12 standard, they do appear for SBI clerical exam. But I'm not sure what is the norm right now. Although masima lay ko number 3 da sum laksage number 3 da I defense an haige defense da I gi say CDS and haige UPSC na lawa CDS da IMA Indian Military Academy and OTA Officers Training Academy ko IMA and OTA ko aduga ngasagi next defense ta lairasi number 4 da police laire ko police da kai lay police da aikoi gi UPSC na lauba aikoi gi Central Armed Police Force CAPF Central Armed Police Force masida lai ji kaino assistant commandant ko aduna si assistant commandant lara number 5 ta railways na haige ko railway sida aikoi gi railway recruitment board na loba aikoi gi non technical popular categories anam lai ko non technical popular categories officers na traga officers ki makha hack level madu aikoi gi recruit to ba aikoi gi railway recruitment board ki NTPC non technical popular categories na ko machine amuk masi railway se am important or from the point of view of the Manipuris, because railways is coming right here up to Imphal, so they will be recruiting more Manipuris ko aduna si important or see railways RRB NTPC aduga aikoi gi RRB Group D haibam lai ko number 5 ta number 6 ta ai mo haijage insurance ta LIC le MBI GIC le MBI General Life Insurance Corporation General Insurance Corporation, New India Assurance Company Limited, NISEL adugumba mayam laigre ko adagi makha tarakna yengbada number 7 da hapya basi aikoigi insurance laire, railways laire, police laire, defense laire, banking laire, SSC laire ko sida state and central PSUs, state and central PSUs hai bidi kairo aikoigi FCI gumba adagi ONGC gumba adagi harasi Manipur ki state PSUs na hai taragadi aikoigi MSPDCL sigumba mayama laigre public sector enterprises mayama state public sector enterprises mayama ko undertakings mayama ko masisu recruit tawi ko number 8 ta intelligence bureau ko BUREAU ko masida koi intelligence officer gumba atai group depots mayam lawi ko sidisida aduma lare number 9 da ai asum hapsange any graduate level exams and undergraduate level exams masi jal lai re ko aduna except civil service examination MPSC UPSC se thambiramaga atai atopa graduate level examination undergraduate level examination sidi aikoi gi general foundation course na aikoi cover tawuni ba sima mayam khangbiro ba hai riba exam mayam si aikoi gi general foundation course na cover tawuni ko any state government ki aikoi gi state government ki departmental exam haro high court ki haro magi haro any graduate level examination adagi 12th standard ki examination aikoi gi general foundation course na aikoi cover togani sima mayam khangbiro aina masida haijagadaba mana ngasai gi general foundation course masigi general foundation course na khwaidagi matik chana masak thokna thaba yaba parikha ani si karambano hai taragadi mayam sidagi masigi ani si oidori niko SSC na laubuga banking exam siga general foundation course si masida base tawi ayamana aikoi gi general foundation course si di kaino si su thabi yai haveni hai ta iba topics ta iba syllabus ta iba subjects tuna masigi exam yam si su thabi yani haveni adubu we concentrated on this very two big courses SSC and banking aduna hujik aikoi bank ki pekha thage ba kangu aikoi masigi general foundation course da yawu yagani ko masima ai haijege bank thagdaba kangu masigi general foundation course yawu yagani ado hangbirakani general banking course tawdabnate banking course is due for October banking course is exclusively for banking exams only ado masi October gi khoi gi midway da khoi gi 5 months course ma banking course ma lakani ko ado masi gi banking course tawni na haise masi gi subset amane ba aduna si general foundation course oitar di si GFC oitar di masida khoi gi banking je se yaure ba banking je se yaure subset amane ba banking se ada general foundation course na hena kaina chauthori se na hai taragadi aikoi gi SSC si wasigi SSC ta ko matam sida aikoina SSC ta ko matam sida aikoi gi trigonometry ne algebra ne geometry ne masi se kari kawi aikoina advanced part of the quantitative aptitude kawi ko sigi se ko advanced mathematics ne kawi masigi trigonometry ne algebra ne geometry ne masi general foundation course amigi part amoi nai ko na talak kani masi ado that is not applicable for banking. That is not applicable for banking, but the rest of the quantitative aptitude which we are going to teach, they are for banking only. Aduna general foundation course na banking dagi heliba parts kaino masini aduga ngasagi arts and science subjects khara yarokani madugi ahen baduni general foundation course na helisi adubu banki pekha thagada ba kangu na general foundation course yawbuda kaisum kaiba leite aduga ngasagi banking the takpa single general foundation course ta loina bak talakani sima ai mayam na thamjari ko sima leire ko
Sir, kanam tang jage ba?
hayo
Sir, mock test ki matang je GFC adum tawudra nataga banking ki tongana yaradi mock test adum tawudra banking
mock test ki sai ayu se hajara ke go adagi ani subda koina flyer da koina ubire ko flyer da aikoi gi general foundation course na yauba yaba course pam do laigre hojik makha tabada aikoi gi flyer da sumain hare the courses will begin as online, which will be eventually converted to offline at Kaisampar and Chingmirong centers morning and afternoon once the pandemic subsides. Si sumaina haibire ko adu ngasagi akoi na ngasi hogudri ba kano si aikoi gi general foundation course si masi online course ni masi matamamata da hujiki hairiba pung taruk bakai sita masi course ama khak tawbe yai ani tawbe yai ahum tawbe yai ko aduga matam khara leiraga su aikoi tha amagi matungda su akoi gi online GFC course si ama hogudaba lei ko aduna masigi hairiba aikoi gi general foundation course online da sathagadoriba mayam si karigumba government na magi restrictions ama thamiba aikoi gi physical classes tawuda akoi gi college kuma hangdriba coaching institution hangdriba singse karigumba government ki restrictions se relax taragadi aikoi physical classes tawba ya taragadi aikoi ngasagi hujiki hairiba ngasagi akoi gi online general foundation course ngasi digi hauribasi masi offline da physical classes ta Chingmirong center da aduga ngasagi Kaisampat center da aikoi masi convert torkani physical classes ta haibani makhata na akoi class to physical classes oina chathagani haibani ko aduda masida aikoi na masida iribsida aikoi nungdin da su yani haibagi kainoma haibirami ko adu nungdin da yabasi aikoi na nungdin da ayukta apamba center da Chingmirong center da Kaisampat center da khanba yagani na hai adubu nungdin gi si akoi admission tawo matamda kanagumba hojik online da join toroga hayeng offline da onthra ko matamda nungdin da tage haiba matamda akoi adugi matang da kitang khanase kaigino da akoi nungdin da tawbagi keno se kitang possibilities se kitang nemi tawdubu morning da di Chingmirong center da su Kaisampat center da su morning da di soidan tawgudaba leire ko afternoon the convert to have mutam dai ko dekhitam khudung cha da laiga da braina khalli morning da di khoi convert to gani physical classes ta Chingmirong center da su natraga khoi gi Kaisampat center da su adu afternoon gi matang se ngasai gi hujiki online class si afternoon namuk tawbagi matang se physical classes hoina masing matang kitang amuk khanagi si ko adagi amana akhoi gi courses hujik haudoi ba si da akhoi one of the online course which will commence from 25th August ngasi digi haurib se mi kharadum yamgani na khalli expectation maina leijai adubo will be completed morning ko will be completed entirely through the online mode ko apna class amada mi 80 chalalle ko hujik hauriba class se ani thole khalase ahum thole khalase ada amadi akoi online mode ta entirely course to complete tawgani haijabani ko sima gyan tabi ko ma'am kanagumba hayeng government na magi leiriba restriction si masi uplift tawrena khallasi uplift tawraba matung phawba aikhoi class amadi akoi online da adum complete tawguni aduna kanagum physical classes yawning daba kangu yawbi targadi ngasagi hujiki hairiba general foundation course si masi aikhoi entirely aikhoi online da adum hujiki hairiba matam sida 6:30 to 8:40 da online mode da online medium da masi aikhoi loisinjagani haibaduni ko adagi makha da flyer da yaurisi ngasai orientation classes sing ngasi dagi hauraga aikhoi august ki 31st ta aikhoi loisinni haiba ma haire mai timing pire duga course na september 1st gi hauni na haire ko simba aikhoi khangbire ko
sa kainom ta hangjage sa
haibio
sir Ibemhal IAS ki coaching center jina lauri je MPSC gumba aro UPSC gumba asumagi maram da khatang sarna haibi ba ya gadra ade adu da oina main focus se kyam pi bangam banu haibdo haibidi sir MPSC gumba aruga UPSC na lobo exam se asi je haiba coaching si Ibemhal IAS coaching center jina kyam ki matik adi madugi da focus piba ngam hai mai satra singda adu atopa ngogi na taba atopa post ki na taba hajiki ani digi post to adu gi oina kran khangjaba ya gadra
Madhu, that is a different story as we are discussing about general foundation course. About the civil service course, we do have civil service courses. We do have MPSC, UPSC courses. We have right now there are some 24 ongoing running courses. Out of those 24 running ongoing courses, nearly 9 or 10 they are for civil service examinations only go. So that is a different story. That please do inquire in the very number of Ibemhal IAS. Akoi makha sathasi ko adai amana akoi gi medium of instruction. Yes please.
Sir na akoi physical class tawr kandane adi singje loina chandabagi online da class amalo shanagane habdo do satra yam loina ba physical class yawge hadi sir kamai tawni
Madhu Satrat Manga Khakler, Tara Khakler, online the Lucian.
Chandrena Chatra Masing Chandreva physical class, do Mojing the Loina Yawning Batari, physical Loina, do comment on it.
Masikanone, Masi, Hoi Satra Kara the online the preferred to see, Hoi Masi Asigi can also quite Tengareva. Silzer the gig, Guati the gig, akoi Delhi the gig, online Kakta in a Yauja Geheva Satra Kra, the enquiry Lakudo, Madugi Matungi Naikoina, online class, somebody Swedana, a Sinzer again at Kalava Dugine.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Adamana, Sige, medium of instruction, sir. Medium of instruction. Medium of instruction, you must say English Nico, sir. Medium of instruction se akoi ge English ni Manipuri ni ko English ta kadai phau ngang doi ba Manipuri na kadai phau ngang doi ba habam lai English se akoi 50% to 80% se akoi English ngang ani ko Manipuri se akoi 20% dagina 50% bong ngangani ko sima khangjan biro ko aduna English na ayam tamda English to ina akoi gi impart torkani akoi gi general foundation course si Manipuri si akoi gi lingua franca mo oina Manipuri si mafam si gi lingua franca mo oina ngasai mother tongue mo oina aduna ngasai akoi gi mother tongue da khangde lingua franca mayam sanari bisida akoi gi haiba matamda gyan hena taba matang yawi maduda Manipuri sizinagani adubo mostly akoi English ta oina English ki medium sida oina impart tawgani ko sima laire ko mathang da lakho matamda course coordinator course laiba Ibemhal gi online courses si masi taruk muk lay online courses khunimaki course coordinator ama lai ko course coordinator si akhoi gi hujiki hariba course gi oina ama hena ama dagi hen lak taragadi course coordinator ani lakani ahum lak taradi ahum lakani Hujiki oina course coordinator si masi akhoi Sar Karambir Brahma Sar Karambir Burma da akhoi course gi anything related oiba query si Sar Karambir Burma da tobigani office hours na high taragadi akhoi 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. 10 a.m. dagina 4 a.m. boki 10 a.m. dagina 4 p.m. boki manung sida akhoi Sar Karambir Burma da akhoi WhatsApp group to yogani sir si sir gi number to the text tawbiyo pung abagi manung da isagi query do address tawrakani ko aduna sir na course coordinator oire note pu phangdre hare printed material phangder current affairs ki notes phangdre na hare ko handout sama phangdre ama phangdre everything related to your course any concern which you have regarding the very course then you can contact Sir Karambir Burma ko similarly ko adagi akhoi gi mathangda faculties ki matang da haisigo faculties ki matang sida akhoi gi faculties si QA quantitative aptitude English reasoning silerega QA da akhoi oja hum lakani QA da oja hum lakani English da oja ma lakani reasoning da akhoi gi oja ani lakani oja amadi maraksida angka sutakani oja ma angka sutakani reasoning sutakani aduna lairiba oja se in total 5 ni ko sigi 5 sina oja manga sina akhoi gi QA ne English ne reasoning ne masi takpi gani sima khoi gyan tabire ko aduga lemhoriba Indian economy banking and financial awareness sabalai adagi Indian polity history geography physics chemistry biology environment and computer masigi subject mayam si oja amamam loinabak lakani ko aduna masigi oja kharasina akhoi gi general foundation course si masi takpi gani masi akhoi confirm oibire ko adagi amana duration and lectures allocation gi matang da laksi ko akhoi gi duration gi matang se duration se da bana 7 months na hybrid me ko 7 months se khoi gi 6.5 months 7 months se masi offline da physical classes da masi matam je sumaina lowi ko adubu 7 months lori se masi offline da oitaraga sorry online da oitaraga de akoina pung ani khatang gi class oibini na kitang hena chang kani ko sim khangbiu ngasai offline classes da di class 2 hours 20 minutes neba si offline neba 2 hours khakta neba si online aduna aikoina 2 hours 7 months sai 7 months at times offline da bukchang neba aduna ngasagi sigi 7 months aikoina 2 hours online da torko matamda government na restriction se masi aikoi lauthok trena khalasi online da sum chathar leire khalasi masi 8 months ko lakke ai masi ma hana satra singna khangbi horo ngasagi pung ani khaktang takpani na pung ani minute kun takpa matamda aikoi gi online platform oibini na haksang da kitang nuai tabba dum mayam thengna bigani ko adugi nuaitabadu leibanina aikoina ngasagi duration si hengatpa yade aduna duration hengatpa yadabnina masagi aikogi lecture allocation hanama leiri aikogi particular chapter amada minute kya thadagadabno pung kya thadagadabno haiba loinabak leiko aduna ngasagi madugi matamdo adu madu aikoina madu mayamdo fazana compile to matamda aikoi matamsi aikoi yamgani go amana number of lectures is 168 lectures and a high example in a quantitative aptitude da QA da mana high si QA da 64 lectures high ko completion of this scheduled lectures is mandatory see akoi lotion da bi ade at any cost jantai ko adubu what is more important than completing these very allocated lectures what is more important than this is the completion of the syllabus completion of the syllabus is more important and we are going to allocate more than 64 lectures in QA the 70 lectures tagi hena sukta taroi masing se sima ai hana haijage ijabani sidi akoigi matam ma define tawnabi damakta tawdubu hayeng syllabus to da akoigi nanghodaba mayam yorokani maduna dum additional lectures allocate tawdabi aroi aduna QA da 70 mathakta dum lakani English da 35 hari se 37 gi mathakta lakani reasoning da 28 hari se 30 plus adum lakani simba gyan tabire ko adagi Indian economy 9 hai se 10 lakpagi kano lai social science ta amam hapak pi computer 6 natraga 7 da lotion gani ko aduna yam clearly define oiba lai aduna satra singi intelligence level gi matungina hayeng akoina takpada kitang khuyona ba tholpasu yai adugi matungina akoina lecture se dum hapsal lakani kaigino da syllabus to complete tawgodabnina adugi matungina akoina 7 months hariba duration se masi 7.5 months 8 months pok admaina stretch tawgibi yai sima mayam khangbiro ko sima ai haijawre ko mathang lakpa matamda aikoigi general foundation course ta aikoina taibsi karino do antang haijage hojike leiriba general foundation course ta leiriba aikoigi lectures allocation do sida leiriba lectures allocation dugi matungina aikoina taisi QA ni English ni reasoning ni sigi subject ahum sini adagi amuk kari laya sida Indian economy banking and financial awareness Indian economy banking and financial awareness have like computer have like again next I koigi arts and science subject arts and science subjects have like other nearly 70% of the lectures allocation is devoted to these 3 subjects only simple gyanta bileko aduna aikoina general foundation course ta muba satra amana Ibemhal IAS academy da maduda tamakto ji kaino sigi ahum sini ko sigi quantitative aptitude nearly 30% 35% of the lectures is allocated to quantitative aptitude nearly 70 lectures but see that 35 lectures see that more than 30 lectures ngasagi 168 lectures to the moina fazana covered tawureba ayamba portion de duna Ibemhal IAS na general foundation course ta isi QA English reasoning ni masima khangbiyo ba ani subadai na hygienic ba mana Indian economy banking and financial awareness habisi ju fazana ta e banking da hangiba questions mayam si banking ki maram da financial awareness ki maram da Indian economy ki matang da मधु मसी 9-10 lectures ता फजना cover तोरकनी सिम खंगबिरो कंप्यूटर सिसु फजना बैंकिंग एग्जाम की पर्सपेक्टिव तकी फजना ताकपिरकनी मसीगी केनो से मसीम फजना ताकपिरकनीबो सिम ज्ञान फजना ताबिरो अदुबु सिगी सब्जेक्ट सिदी मसीदी तागला ओएबो सिगी सब्जेक्ट सिदी गाइड तोरकनी ओजादुना just the faculty will only guide you how to teach how to read the very subjects, how to approach the very subjects ko aduna adu khaktani hack to masidadi kaino lakto se sadidi self study neba like to kamai to na pagada ke high riba ngasagi mention to riba examination mayam do madu kamai to na pagada ke history si kamai to na pagada ke history si kamai to na pagada ke history da akhoi ancient medieval modern adagi art and culture world history adu du khaidu ena hairakani adu bu akhoi gi perspective ke akhoi gi general foundation course ki lariba exam sing du gi requirement tu gi matungina akhoi ni history is the kari pagada have the akhoi gi modern da akhoi gi freedom movement da hen stress piu si pau si area se pagada ni haiba ozadu na guide to viramgani adugo pajabadi isana pajadoni history be yam chawrba subject si mase ekhoina lecture manga da natraga tarukta khoi losalakani ba adu ozasna fazla takadabra entirely takpa ngambagi matamdo leite sida adu time limitation sai yam chawng lei arts and science subjects sing sida adu na sida hairam doisi mase sumaina pagadabri noi cc pasalo haibdo adu khaktani but the rest of this 5 subjects faculties will be teaching you more on this ko yam fazana stress taroga masidi fazana takpira ani adubu sigi arts and science subjects ida di aikoi thama gumba mitrani gumba da masi loina ba cover tograni 5-6 lectures allocate tawraga aduga sida guide khatang tobiram gani self study is more important we will be supplying you the very printed material of all these subjects history geography polity economy computer everything we will be supplying printed materials you have to rely on those printed materials and follow the guidance of the faculties regarding this science and arts subjects sim yare ko adagi next laksi e materials ki matang da e materials si ekoi gi whatsapp group ta kaida mayama pirakani nungti gi updates lakani newspapers tagi hona adagi sagi lairiba exam singi preparation gi matungina exams ki notifications tagi adagi exam si karino kari post no haiba everything adu aikoi whatsapp group ta e materials mayam lakani ko mathang da mock test ki matang da online offline masi flyer da yengbiro mock test si kamai to godage mock test si parikha lairakan do ina tawai ko SBI की परीक्षा लाए SSC CGL की परीक्षा लाए हाइबा मतम दुदा IBPS की क्लर्क की लाए नत्रगा RRB की लाए नत्रगा इखोई की IBPS की PO लाए हाइबा मतम दुदा इखोइना टेस्ट से सिलकनी ऑफलाइन तौरगा ऑफलाइन तौगनी ऑफलाइन तौबा यारगा अदुगा ऑनलाइन तौरसु अखोई की ऑनलाइन दा अखोई की ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म दा टेस्ट तौगनी अदुगा ऑफलाइन तौबा मतम दा अखोई की टेस्ट तौबा मतम सिदा अखोई की करिगुंबा OMR sheet si ahum dagi ani ahum gumba sizinaraba doi targadi ekhoina charge khar tarokani nominal charge ma 20 rupees per test haiba gumba ko ekhoi gi SBI gi exam gumba ma gumba da OMR sheet ahum gumba sizinayeba aduna OMR sheet ahum gumba sizinar ko matang da institute na nominal charge ma rupees 20 gumba 30 gumba adu charge tarokani aduma ai haijare ko aduga atai di lemhoriba mayam di free ngakta oidorimni ko छात्र अखोगी एडमिटेड एक्सपीरियंस अखोगी टेस्ट की अखोई एक्स्ट्रा चार्ज तौरोको अदगी अमना सिगी टेक्स्ट बुक की मतंगदा टेक्स्ट बुक से अखोगी QA गा इंग्लिश का सी अखोई मिंग चनमदा पिरकनी को क्वांटिटेटिव एप्टीट्यूड की लारिक का नसागी इंग्लिश की लारिक का अखोई एडमिशन तौबदा अखोई लारिक से पिजरकनी अदुगा लेमहोरिबा सब्जेक्ट अतै सिंगसे नसागी अखोगी रीजनिंग वो हैरो रीजनिंग से हम डायनामिक ओय एग्जाम खुदिंगी मागी पर्सपेक्टिव से चेंज तवी अदुना रीजनिंग से अखोइना टाइम टू टाइम अपडेट तौरगा पजल दा हैरो अमदा हैरो मसे अपडेट तौरगा अखोइना कोर्स तुगी ओइना मतमदो दा अखोइना नम्मगा supply tawi ko printed material se larik oina pi de ko aduga ngasagi lemhori ba arts and science subjects computer Indian economy si mayam se masigi notes loina bok ai khoina pijor kani ming admission tawo matamda adagi amana makha tara koina aikogi institute ki app se ngasagi aikogi recorded video si upload tor kani ko ngasi tawba class si aikoina pung ngasi pung nipan makhai da loren khalasi baro makhai gi manungda aikoina masigi class ki recording se app amada upload tor kani ba nuti gi class toriba class se masi live stream toriba online class se masi loiraba matungda aikoina pung mari gi manungda institute na Ibemhal IAS ki app to da masi classes sing si aikoina app to da record torkani upload torkani aduga satra singna admitted aspirants singna ngasagi satra admitted aspirants sing khudimakta aikoi gi username amga password amaga aikoina pirakani ko madugi username password to gi matung inna maduna access toba yagani huzigi hairiba aikoi gi recording do classes singi aduga amana ngasi toriba class gi video recording si app to da masi 7 days book laigani ko after 7 days it will be automatically deleted by itself sima khangbiu ko aduna aikoina ngasi gi class si yenghogi hai targadi numit tare ni gi manungda yenghou tare numit tare ni gi matungda di masa thanta mangjagrani ba app to da gi aduna isagi username ga isagi password to tawraga hojiki app ki manung sida access tawbiraga manungda changbiraga ngasi gi class to click tawbiraga adum yengbibi yagani ko adagi makha tara koina khoi gi live streaming se aikoina live streaming tawdoi si Zoom app tani ko aikoina live streaming tawdoi si masi Zoom app tani Zoom app ta live streaming tawgi mong si ani thokna oigani ko aikoi gi amana aina hujik taksariba platform sida takpama ojasina aikoi gi Ibemhal IAS ki sigi studio sida idar thamiban center da khangde chimirong center sida khangde sida laga sida sumaina larik takpama si way amani ko aduga way ani subsina kaino hai taragadi aikoi gi ngasai gi akoi gi mayam gi screen je sini mobile gi screen je sini ko mayam gi mobile gi screen je sini ojasina screen se da angka holakani mana english ki larik tani ma talakani cheba gyan tabire ko akoi gi isai mobile gi screen se da aduga sida ojagi photo si sida laigani ko ojana wangang is sida sumaina lakani ba mana taibduna sida irakpat kholakpa angka holakpa tawani ko karigumba satra singna oja yengninge sigi ojagi photo icon si click tawi matamda oja se chauthorane oja sak yenge hai taragadi sida namani ko screen sharing tawrkani sumaina sina ani suba method ni ko ani suba method ni sina aduna aikhoida sida live stream tawrisi masi Zoom app ki through the torkani Zoom app ki through the torkani amana ngasagi live stream tawribagi mongsi amana classroom da directly aina takchari sumaina takpa ama aduga writing pad with screen sharing sumaina tawba ama si gyan tabire ko adu masigi anisi karamana hena sizinagani haina hai taragadi masi aikhoigi leiriba covid-19 gi phibam sigi matungina ayamba class te khoi yarige khoi sigi classroom ki platform sida tawna hona gani ko karigumba classroom se class sisumba studio da laga ojasina class to yadre na khalasi akhoi gi curfew leire na khalasi restrictions thame lambi chatpada adoi taragade staff sing sisu studio da lakpi yararoi aduna kaino mayumdagi ngasagi akhoi gi sigi method sida oina larik talakani oja singna aduna aina haijagadaba ma yarigai de khoi oja singsi sigi studio sida laga class tawragani aduga yada taragadi khoi sigi ngasagi khoi gi writing pad ta tawraga takpa sigi mowong sida khoi tawragani ko adu masigi writing pad ki keno se khoi gi fourth suba class se fourth orientation class Saturday da lairi se maduda khoi showcase tawrke mayam adugi experience to low view ko adagi makha tabada aikogi internet network ki matangda ai kenom ta haijegi ko internet ki matang se akoi geo fiber connection ni ko geo fiber connection ni magi speed si 300 mbps ni picture quality si 720p ni Siniko speed 300 mbps ki akoigi subscription niko picture quality 720p niko ado machine riba
TP oina di uzadi akoi u kan
kya le haibi kya le bigya
uttaba male sir ai wakan
nate akoina tharai ba keno se 720p da thaiba
ho sir
adagi 300 net ki connection sina 300 mbps ne ba ado masigi lairiba parameter se masida aikoigi hujik lairiba classes si class manga rom di chathari ko ado masigi keno sida phajana chathaba yai phajana dum class dum phajana aikoigi ojaga satraga knowledge sharing toba two way interaction toba wari sanaba picture unaba haibasi masigi lairiba aikoina sida threshold parameters sama set tawri se sida akoi sound card yauri system yauri ko lighting tawri sigi lairiba arrangement sida aikoigi online classes si phajana chathaba yai aina haijaningba aduni ko ada karigumba aikoina matang da aikoigi lairiba arrangement sida su aikoina yumdabu yengba matamda yengba matamda akoigi blur chakpa picture quality phajana tholaktaba adugumba mayama yawe adugi matangda aina haijagadori chi karino hai taragadi aikoigi madugi lairiba adugumba scenario lakpa matamda aikoi isagi network to maduda depend tawrakani sida lairiba connection sigi magi lairiba aikoigi speed to gi matungina akoi sengba sengda baidu yaurokani ko aina haining is kesum nate ngasai akoigi lairiba 300 mbps ki subscription tobi taraga su fluctuations laeva speed sida akoina sigi si 150 above 160 170 si 180 dum phange ba sigi se phangda matang yaure masi 30 daga tarakpa 20 daga tarakpa matang sum yawe ba sigi speed se madai matumdu di akoina sidagi live stream to matamda seng oyeba adagi amana isana laibiriba jagadu da karigumba isagi mobile network to yadra matamda madudasu seng oy haiba aduna madudi ngasai karam kanda lakpano hai ta di akoigi geo gi server na piriba speed to maduda rely torkani matamdu da akoigi site gi institute gi site gi ngasai gi akoigi online class ama platform ama sengot pagi damakta lairiba parameter sidi masida asoiba laite akoina tawrisida we are very clear on what parameters we are setting and these parameters is congenial or conducive for online class platform for two-way interaction of students and faculties. But at times, due to the fluctuations in the speed of the network which we are using, there may be say some problems in the very picture quality or say audio quality ko adu gumbagi karoma lakpagi matang da yaurai yam kuinal oide adubu face torokani ko adu ayam matamdadi thengnade masigi problem si ko aduga ngasagi karigumba adumaina tawbirba matamdu da akoi ngasagi app tu da sangbiraga ngasagi tawgriba class tu madudadi mayek sengna dum thokbirakani ko maduda oina fazana rely tawbi tare dugi matangduda adu hojik aina haijagadabasi sini aina mayamda thamjagadabasi aduna aina haijadori
haijagiba yagadra
kariya
kamtanga haijauge
haiwe
kariguma sir akhona class tori kanda geo fiber jik kat lagi targadi maje akhoi ju phangde dana ko oda institution ko ina backup se kari lagi daga
institution ki backup karimta laite net is the only medium institution ki light chat khima tawda backup lay power backup lay ada Geo की server connection ने कोई BSNL की थम्मसे न खल से अदुगी planning दुदे कोई हुजुमक्ति लजदे कोई Geo दा totally rely करोगा लई Geo की server से न यारत तारगा दे आई कोई way mean समते दे कोई हुजी की लाइटे अदुगो मधु यम तांग न थोए Geo की जो मसी यारत बाई से अद fluctuation से खरा तोड़ दी फाई यम तो वो मतंग जाओ कोई 10 days ता नत्रगा 20 days ता once a while को मधुवाइना कोई ना थेंगनरपगी मोंग से कोई थेंगनरे को अदुगी अखोय हाना हाइजबने ngасagi अखोयना लैरिबा सिदा सेट तोरिबा पैरामीटर्स मैम सिददी अखोय सेंगोइदबई मरम से लैतेबा अदा करिगुंबा सेंगक तारगदी मसी ngakang ngaibiu ko aduna karigumba mayam tabirba hello
sir
aduna aina haijagadaba haibubu ngasagi network sina sengaktra matamda network sina sengaktra matamda aikogi app ki video duda oina rely tawib tare adu network sengakta haibisi yam rare case ne haijariba aduna aikogi huji ki lairiba sigi parameter sida di akoi interaction to yaridana adune aina haijaningi sego aduna akoi sengakta matang york pi adugi kanoma information ama hana prior information ama mayam daina pijuning bai dare ko
sir kenom
adu classes si akoi ngasi haba numit sidagi akoi hujik oja si ngasi oja ama changani adagi hayeng ama changani ani ahum mari manga si fazana yengbiro akoi gi satra singna akoi gi Ibemhal gi huji ki taiba oja sing si nungairibra nungaitibra haibdu fazana yengbiro madugi makha tabada akoi gi nungaite haibdugi matungina mingchanba chandaba haidu lepiyo aduga fazana akoi gi sigi lairiba online platform sida khangbiaba mayama khangbiyo sigi akoi gi lairiba Fujiki General Foundation course se masi tamade yam kana ba poramane masi ngasagi English ki command da khangde sentence construction da khangde grammatical construction da khangde vocabulary da khangde speaking da khangde writing da khangde reading da khangde everything the overall personality development da khangde akoi gi reasoning sina akoi isagi kari haigani akoi gi isana phajana khandaba ngambagi think tawbagi potama with reason with logic thinking in a sensible way you will be able to face all these real life circumstances with your own logic, with your own reasoning. Yamna kanavani mathematical ability mayamma hengalakani. Aduna overall personality development isagi employability desu yam kanarakani. Aduga most specifically your very reason behind joining General Foundation course is to crack the exam. You can crack all those exams with this very General Foundation course call. Habiro ma'am question hangiro.
app online da phangro kain tawgi Ibemhal IAS ki
Google Store dagi download to se akoi link to thazar ke kan da WhatsApp group ta. Ma'am hangiro question kari
hangai kem ta hangjage ba sagi class je yam interesting ori khoi joining tawgi wakhan dum lejei ba ko to mudabu Manipur da sumba career semba yaba institution ji dum leibani na leiba mayam sidagi Ibemhal IAS no oiba unique oiba pot se kari oidena mayam dagi ahen pot se
masi unique haibisi masi aina hekta haibi yade ko mase kari the institution mayam lay institute khudingi oza aphaba loina buk lay masida ina pinpoint oibasi Ibemhal da si lay Ibemhal da adu lay haibadu ai adu ai ka aikoigi management na claim tawde ko masi adumaina akoina haigadaba nate aikoigi past records yengbiyo aikoigi satra kyamna sidagi pau phaugrage haibaduma adagi akoida seasonal methodology ma akoigi oza sing sigi performance ki matungina akoi satra singna pam dadugi matungina mingchanba chandabagi khudong chabada pijeri sigi mafam sida platform sida adu maduda oina just tawiyo adugi matungina course masak thona khangbiramu matungda phone da inquiry khangde ojana ta iba mo matau khangde adagi Ibemhal gi tamuriba satra singda hangba khangde adugi matungina information to gather tobiraga fazana yamna rational oiba decision aba lobiyo aduga aina ai samakna director mo oina institute chigi si tawi habdo ai adumakti hajarorogi ko makha taba kari question laibirige
chaganamdaga hangjageo
habiyo
haiba si general foundation course na main focus tawrije koigi SSC ga banking ga gine na sarang sa haibigre
mani
ado akoigi defense ki section da leiba exam am ta sigi ju adum sigi ju adum yauksan badi general foundation course na kana ne na haibire ado aina mu khangjaningi na haiba sigi general foundation course na koigi defense ki section jida magi percentage kayamu akoi focus leigadage haibugi chang do khangjaning jadage
karigumba defense na hai taragati masi IMA OTA na leire ko ta aikoigi CDS ki UPSC na lori sida ko NDA gi khara specific oi gre na madu di 12 standard ki one prepare tawsi adu sai CDS ki matang sida IMA Indian Military Academy ki kano sida quantitative aptitude mo phajana chanara ni ko English to mo phajana chanara ni ko sima gyan tabi ko aduga OTA gi matang da lakho matam sida OTA sida di English ka general knowledge ka khakta ni ko wadugi matang da ngasagi general knowledge aina hojiki oza singna sumaina ta pau sumaina pau na haibirumni habo sigi exam se thadru mina sumaina pagda ba haiba maina haibirumni haiba matang do madu da phajana oza singna haibiri do phajana tabi tare aduga ngasagi hojiki hairiba kano do exam do pursue tobib tare aduna chanabadi phajana chanaina haijaningi adubu ngasagi perspective to general foundation course ekona banking SSC mayam common exam do thanjabani tawdubu IMA ga OT ga si sana dabra haidi phayam phajana chanariba karigumba akoina UPSC CAPF assistant commandant gi matang da high taraga di magi questions ki level difficulty level si masi civil service ki level da la eko assistant commandant ki exam si ko aduna assistant commandant ki exam si da ayamba aikoi gi thariba kangu si UPSC su prepare toba aduga ngasagi IPS tanage khanba UPSC da natraga MPS tanage khanba state civil services ta ko madugi experience singduna CAPFC assistant commandant sing ayama thanai hujiki hairiba general foundation course to taiba aikogi general awareness to history geography polity si taiba se madugi level duna di CPF thabda kitang khudongcha dabal legini ko aduga CDS ki defense ki matang da di phajana akoi kan to gane the wind up to se akoi oza sir chingthaina akoi ahanba class logadam ni ko question amani duga lairadi hangbiro फरे को दे सुमाय तो से आइखोय के डेट 30 दा आइखोय के अरोइबा ओरिएंटेशन क्लास से ओइगनी को अदुगी अरोइबा नुमितु दा आई ngahak lakcharam ge aduga mayamna akhoi numit manga ni sida akhoi ge oja manga si nungai te habdugi feedback to ai lobo lakani ko nakoi da hangba ko ado ai gi damakta di ngasi gi damakta ai sida matang sida lotion jarage aduga searching thaina akhoi ge english class macha ma akhoi lo da to si ko mayam ya bire ko
sir.
Yeah, sir.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Joe.
See, this is basically a virtual classroom, and so I want to set up something. Now let's talk about now, when you think about, say, preparation for exam, we have to, prepare in a very systematic manner. Look at this. General English being an important part of any examination, as Direct mentioned very well. Well, we talk about, say, PO exam, PO, or any SAC or whatever. There are different kind of examination which is being conducted by UPSC or Staff Selection Commission. Say, number 1, grammar-based question. Error detection. Okay. Then verbal-based question. Let's say synonyms.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Could you please speak a bit louder, sir?
Okay, okay. Oh, anyway. Here it is. Antonyms. And number 3, one word substitution, one word substitution, or one word substitution. There are more. I mean, I've just written down some of them. There are idioms and phrases, then spelling errors, and so on. Then let's talk about comprehension. Here you can see comprehension is basically reading passes. Reading passes. Okay. Then descriptive. Let me write down here. Essay. Then say précis. Then letter. Okay. Now, before I start, say, describing all these factors, I mean, I forgot to tell you my name, but I think our director mentioned my name pretty well enough. But anyway, my name is Jinke, and I'm going to take your class for English. Now, let's say, what is basically grammar-based question? Say, grammar-based question is basically to detect the errors when a sentence is being given, and you're supposed to detect the error from the given, say, options. And I'll give example later on. Verbal-based question. So let's talk about synonyms. Similar meaning words, then antonyms, opposite meaning words, then a one-word substitution. A word can be substituted, say, from a sentence. So like that. So verbal-based question is also very important, apart from grammar. Then again, comprehension-based question. comprehension based question is what? You go through a passage. Well, let me tell you, reading passages is really, it's very burdensome for some students who are a little weak in reading passages. So let's talk about PO or SSC. The levels are a little different. In PO examinations, passages are a little longer. I would say long passages, okay? For SSC examinations, short passages, okay? So, how to read and what to read. We have to be very much conscious about reading the matter in a very, very, thorough manner. I mean, what to read, how to solve the question from the given options. So we will discuss, later on. And let's talk about descriptive essay, precis, letter. How to write an essay, how to write a precis and a letter. These things we'll discuss one after another in later classes. The class da marina and hiding this syllabus yam pak chawre. Any exam thamata high parameters in focus of the grammar based question goal, verbal high grade, then verbal based question, grammar kaktanate, grammar hierarchy, verbal ability targadi, amok soy duni, then comprehension is in high passage para solve to bani, high with the live one, yam lugre, the yam passage am sangba, but the zoo is online, the target of exam enough physically. Namang magdada say passage to paraga, yangada banate, I think Sagi G and I picked on a table. Screen the with passage to parakan the question solved over there. It's not an easy. I would say it's an Herculean tax. So I do later. Another thing, sigi descriptive portion descriptive it might give parts the essay precis is writing skill duni adana when writing skill assessment show them classing the them tahongani ko kamai essay kamai igedege having thing but the grammar based matang jida I matam low roge from the should real magi prekhada hangi poto say error detection is a karino I would do when 9 errors when any exam tha exam dik magi pattern khang dabe yade question kya lai cam hang the ge grammar has grammar is karino ko hojikti yam lai I hide the person on the Google the young matam khang ani grammar the hangi pot se karino na. That example I'm picking. It is I who is to take readable everyone. It is I who is to take this class. Now let's classify this verse sentence here. This is the first part. Then again, here it is, the second part, and this is the C part. And let's write down here, this is A, this is B, and this whole portion is C. And let me write down here, the letter part is no error. That's suppose it's taken as D. That this verse sentence is given. And you're supposed to point out or detect error from the given sentence. It is I who is to take this class. High level sentence ma pire. Sige sentence here. Masi grammar the sagi error detection the hangbe question see. Banking question number question ko. Say 25 marks ki English ki portion line class in 30 ki line class see. Chida hangbe question je. And a maximum 3 or 3 or 4. See khatane. Yan tay ko. Madam di kano the grammar di no na ba hangdong na tamina. It is I who is to take this class. I will sentence that. This sentence here, detect. It is I who is to take this class. It is I who is to take this class. Have a sentence here. Masi sentence A the landbra, B the landbra, C the landbra. Hide the sentence. Grammar magi grammatical error do madu detect of do never. Yantai ko.
B and C.
B. It is I.
C also, sir. B and C.
Excuse us. My irregular or ko. Got that. Yeah. May kitang nuangai ko. Anyway, no marak Hana coaching yoga me have the coaching experience leba Delhi the Kaida Madato Penny Jaga the coaching yom Majong and Eco. Other skill level city Canada. Skill level city Henan in Hena Quena. I did experience Tori McKay, I bet the Hena, but the kind of focused on McKay. Exam give my phobia, Pericras and Telurudini. Exposure am like Matok Day, exam am 20 Matok Day, but an exam am Tav me, then exam give exam see any exam action tea the Veni. Exam should not have me do, then a day. Exam Sikarino was a kingdom of Nadum Kiva. Kiva, I would another exam to Taraga. I did qualify to Moidra, I come to Moidra, have to do Monsulde. Other online exam, Hamilton online gang, I give offline, give my pattern, Sigi. My Sigi Sigi, you can have the technical sound of Mina Kitang exam have the no about the technical sound of the Mina Kitang hand with the no idea to usually like. I don't know. Some ways has it made getting semi. Other would say, as I question the mixing up then high require exam give my very at the point of Marina. Nenagata my parts in see some like English capacity. My reasoning part lady, QA lady, GS lady, banking knowledge to do to Mayam Legre. An exam see I'm hiding in a mature learning. Have him lady ko Hadi technical now, technical know how to Kangaga exam preparation to Motok Dagani ko. Adana Kabursum Chan, supposing I have a verbal skill, see verbal skill is a my canoni or word command doesn't like the target word command see saying command like the guy target I can cover the channel cover see cover palm Nasaga I suppose a quick on exercise book not like a verbal book Maganta any word kang the Badodum itokpa the mother meaning itokpa other high word to give sentence to some tokpa Isagi Blonda I will Isagi structure the construction the person tokpa do the Maduna Hena as I know what thing I word to Madu Amuk Hana Ninching Nabi Masaga wave. Not the target the verbal skill as the me could them labinati grammar did them class 10 book the mangani a class 10 book labels that my basic percent strong but them adi lure grammar gi portion simati some harada when voice heresy narration heresy nadraga tense heresy articles heresy any sort of my grammar gi when I never my masak matum man say mase when Marina oh yeah acting lips can talk the may from the backup thing better with tang ko ado si di manipur view ni kitang yung nata ko may film se acting now we're about to discuss this very first question. It is I who is to take this class, and I asked you and somebody said it should be B, and somebody said it should be C. So let's make out which person is erroneous. So let's dip into this discussion. Disturb focus it is I who is to take this class. I haven't done the six sentence. Focus sentence it is I who is to take this class. Masi aini ai se kana na tam da masi class se lau dia da ba lau da ba ai ni na hai bane yan dai ko aduna se sida ngasai na khoi sing ge marak ta mana sir si masi C orodra na hai adagi B orodra na hai adu kai kidam ta B oido no kai kidam ta C oido na khang ngambra si virtual classroom de sir rom hai ge si di kanoni one sided obi adiko. I mean, I'm not the only one who is going to deliver the lecture one-sidedly. I mean, say you should not allow me to speak all the time. I mean, you are there to interrupt or to put some questions in the middle of the discussion. So you're supposed to ask questions and have some sort of discussion on different kind of, level. C the OBI and can be the say that B the OBI is the how will see? Assumption not about should magi facts the based on when you go and guide them to see you don't guide them to be you don't know the moment that come to Tagani. It is I who is to take this class.
Who is going to take this class? Ibemhal.
It's me, Haridos. It's me.
Okay.
No, sir. Me.
It is me. Okay, and you said is going to take class. Is going. Ibemhal. I mean, this is also questionable. It's also questionable.
Who has to take this?
Okay. Who has to take? Hey, sir, I'm going to go. CD quick and only one way, not the Nina. Physical classroom, not the Nina. Yari Makai. Say class came to the disturbance, sharing in Nakandegi, Natraga, Kamanung to the me interrupt the Wokopa, Makon, Hadi, sort of, okay, I think disturbance, toning deco, I eat a fish toloi. I don't know. I'm technically exam the mana error detection ki grammar that based over the grammar that based over question C kara mana hangi hamatam da say sida aina yib sentence grammar that based over question amani orambe tense lalambe ko tense lalambe verb lalambe natraga say adverb lalambe adjective lalambe natraga articles lalambe any sort of my chapter में तो deal तो रंबे है ज्ञान ताई को आता ना लालिब portion जो कोई ना फसना अथु बता मतलब चंग बता मतलब तेले को exam के my period my time slot है तो हम थोड़ा solve तो बोलते हैं आता ना say I should appreciate your patience. Well, I mean there has been much disturbances. Anyway, it is I who is to take this class. I'm not saying that it is me having a who has to take who is going to take still the portion is hunt first portion sentence subject subject it is I and higher
This
it is me I not the me come I lali don't have the question like I not that you somebody said it should be me and I said me is wrong. Me is lali have a name. But I is my name. Me now let's assume and let's translate its meaning. It is I must see oye ai oye have ne yan ta ko
Okay.
is have the oye have not it and masi have ne I have ne it is me hai ta ga di masi ai bu ne hai yan ta ko nang pronoun da yung sida ubre yung I have is I have ni me have is na I have ni lega my have is na kayo I have ni then sida kay kawi sina subjective kawi nominative kawi sina possessive sina objective kawi sina possessive tani lay my have lay mine have lay si gyan tai ko adana si ki portion sisu pronoun ki portion da heng mathang chapter by chapter ne na ka da ni adana si matang sida it is I have a say subject when sina ka da ne object when sina bi ya ro it is me have my meaning is ka no Jadi isa ki londa meaning ma ki meanings puto masi ai buni hare masi ai buni have ya de subject to stress to the buni anda iko mai da it is me have the lalani it is I have the zoom so far it is I have the kamta kai dre I think who is in kanano now let's ask the question and let's say simply ask the question who is who is kanano who is who? Who is who? The who is the kanano sila. Matang sila. It is I who have tamda. Saigi who is the kanano tamda. I sipune. It refers to I. Who is who? I. And who is I is equivalent to who? Samana. Si matang sigi who have a relative pronoun ni. Saigi I sigi pronoun or sigi pronoun sigi matung ina lakne adu itaragadi am khalla se it is I who se I ni haire sigi subject or ba sigi I se sigi subject or ba I si masigi matung ina sigi verb se chumre mo
Lala.
let go then it is I who is to take this class we're mainly concerned with the subject I, and I refers to who, and who is who? I here. I being a subject, it must refer to its corresponding verb. My corresponding verb, I is the verb, the is what I'm there. Okay,
Am.
Then either be verb, see, I is a verb. It is I who am to take this class. I don't know. Therefore, the error lies here. See, and then as I see the lale have a dot is going to take the one of them. See the either sigi I subject whatever I say. See, I say kanano who sipuni, and then who kanano I sipuni. The I sigi son of my verb helping verb have the be verb the am they have easy way there. So I don't know sigi tendency the lale person see name. Similarly, and the matung tarak I am. Next, among the if I were him, I would help the poor. If I were him, I would help the poor. Now I've simply classified a sentence structure A, B, C. Sentence. The focus toro. The saying la libra, Katraga landabra. Landraga di no error hide when you go. La lagana A the lali, B the lali, C the lali, hide when you. If I were him, I would help the poor.
B is the one.
B the lamb male.
No error.
Okay, no error. I was no error is the mo. I'm the land behind Nico. Sima. Let's take it as a B. It's a D. If I were him, I would help the poor. Munakalaga. I was young. Any look at wait. I see the class a hand many surgery. The Kogaham on a many Hana Sutaki belate. Dumaku. I act as a jump to some binatico. Acta Masida and them see Matangs and Navinati. Exam Magi parameter. Exam Magi Hangi Magis Greta Magim. More those mine Hangi had a 9 focus to Bukatani. I'm not trying to what? Impress you by writing down these questions, and I'm just trying to show, say how a question can be set up and how a question is being set up in order to say testify the capabilities of candidates or aspirants. If I were him, I would help the poor. If I were him, it's questionable. So why should we follow where? But basically, was is singular and where is plural. In the singular ni, gotta go. In the kind of plural ni. Kang lewa kom ni. Sina amatani, sina mayam ni. I am not where we are. I have a question. I'm just lying. I am not where we are, bro.
Yes.
Yeah, go. Yeah, the what's the kind of that? So only when there is some sort of the imagination that Barbara Saka, or we can say this unreal wish, something you imagine or something you wish, which is not going to be materialized or not. It's not going to be possible at all. Imagination or in terms of unreal wish. If I were him, the legadi either ninja course I where subject singular plural. If I were him, I would help the poor. Now this is the first part. So the landre have the karigumba aisana or legadi the past past is singular another plural imagination. If I were him, I would help the poor. A lali person just be the not see the drama the land.
Be the lale.
Be the lali is
Him the you.
I wouldn't have him do it. There was him does.
Him the
You the mal.
if I were you,
He
yeah,
or them.
somebody said should be he. This is the sig matang sida him as him as an object ni ko sin object ni adigi say he is a sin subject ni ko you give the common word later matang sida still kind of focus to the board say if I were karigumba aisana or legadi him hai tare mai meaning se him ki meaning yeng aseba you di obe adre ko you di pusalak be adre si matang sida mam sida piriba my structure si lali portion si wahai simak change to have magdina de landra natra landabra hangba khatane. If I were him karigumba aisina oram lava mahaku hai him di mahaku hai bani he is kana mahak hai bani mahaku yan tare ko yung sidi yung ko sida he mahak him mahaku his mahaki sidi basic kind of sense. Subjective objective possessive in later. Wow. So when the subject is an object is in a possessive case. Then as the subject ni mapu ebeni thawu ebeni sin objective bani sin subject to gi mahaki possession tak pantam da mapu tak mun sin apone na mahaku mahaki lai. So my the sentence that if I were him I am da la leba portion second of him the la. Now let's see the meaning. Karigumba aisina mahaku oyam laba. Karigumba aisina mahaku oyam lagadi habidi la ne. Mahaku ay what do you say mahak to ni? I'm supposed to become the subject, not an object here. So if I were he, karigumba aisina mahak oyam lagadi habidi na. Si matang sida sigi object se suitable order. So object se la le. Then si kayi ni subject leader ne. So far, now we have discussed two sentences based on grammar, and the very first sentence it was all about correct use of verb, and this first sentence is precisely meant to discuss what to use and how to use the right pronoun. Pronoun is pronoun matang is subject object is subject single. Yan tare ko yan tai tade hayo.
Sir.
Hadi kamaina sinagadage have duneba. Kamai sinaba have the ahan bedana verb to base term lana I matang the easy be aramdre. Okay. Kari kita makta ibi arin have by nainagre ko make saying na. Duga using nainagre po sa nagara matanda. Sige where is the imagination sinabani hare unreal wish sinabani hare. Adu matong tarak pada subject when seen a meaning kaino, or object when seen a my meaning can have object when seen a my meaning the same never. So mind the pronounce maru any. Yarako, pronounce Suzy, Yan Maru and Lorel. I think it was a burg in the town of Zoo, this Maru and Lorel. Yarako. That was it. No idea. Matantaba, examine my question level to me. Go, I think Yam level, Yam name by have a question to my standard young the question this setup to be hung give questions into the standard maintained over mathematical now. Adam Hongakaneko. And a similar question any kind of grammar the base over question any nine core. I think I am going to talking. This is say much work have been finished lately. Higher. Now let's say this is basic, the first part, and let's say it's a B, and this is C. First, second, third, and the latter part, the last part should be no error. See the last way doing I will the grammar give the base of question simple in last way see much work have been finished lately. Hi. Sida mo kitang muna kalok ko. Adi kitang patience level darkali ko. Adra muna focus to matanda. Say, you know, much work have been finished lately. Now we have classified the sentence structure. I mean, say the first part, much work, and have been B part, and finished lately. That's a C part. And we're here. Yes.
Has been no dumale.
Had been be had.
I so this matang I can my game say WORK work. WORK works. ADVICE advice. ADVICES advices. Then say work works. Advice advices. Work harem. And you might have come across these different kind of words. Work, then works. Advise and advises. Here you can see in plural. Here you can see in plural. Eve find a work have a works have a advices advice, advices and Sigi words in Sishu when verbal ability, verbal skills. Much work have been finished lately. Let me ask you, work. Is it countable? Is it countable or uncountable? Can we count this word? This word?
Uncountable.
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 Any worked out, sir.
Say, let's say another thing. Money, is it countable or uncountable?
Countable.
Money or money is pashazi masing TV abra.
Yay.
Yay ko. Okay. PAPER. Paper. Is it countable or uncountable? Paper masing TV abra tabra.
Yay.
Papers.
I appeal once again. I don't want any kind of mischievous act in the classroom, and I want to say something. Let's maintain a beautiful decorum, though it is virtual classroom. I don't want any kind of disturbance from other side. Focus on you know. As I said, money is it countable or uncountable? Disturbance. Yaring ay madu ay wanda di tolerate to ngam debo lang badadre. Money is a kind of say. You might have heard currency. Currency. the different kind of currencies. We have rupees and euro and dollar. The currencies can be counted. In order to count, say, how much money we have and how much money, say, we're supposed to earn, that can be measured through this sort of currencies. And these are countable things. See, measure we say 1 rupee, 2 rupees, 3 rupees, and so on. Money is not countable. 1 money, 2 monies, 3 monies, 5 monies have a technarable. Money is the S the pair. Yeah, money is not countable. Similarly, paper is not countable. You entitle the page, page 1 or page 2. That is simply you have inserted when you make a Word file, and in order to count the paper, we have to entitle page 1, 2, and 3. You can certainly count paper in terms of pages, but paper is not countable. Papers is specified medical papers. Obviously, we can count them. So I'm saying money is not countable. This is something which is uncountable. Masing tibiyade. Pashase masing tibiyade ko. Pashase masing tibiyana na ba ng currency masin na reba. Unit nama. Maming tolay rupees ni na euro ni na dollar ni. That's something different. The money is not countable. Similarly, work is countable or uncountable. Work is not countable. Is not countable. This is definitely uncountable. And you have, say, given this work in terms of a project. You mentioned the work as a project. You mentioned the work as an assignment. Different kind of assignment. You might name it home assignment or any sort of assignment you have. Project can be projects. Assignment can be multiple times. It can certainly count them. Masing TBR is the project. Masing TBR ni assignment masing TBR ni work the maming tole. Can that go? The work is definitely uncountable. And why? This particular, I mean, say suffix. The suffix sama have to s the works higher. PWD. What is the full form of this? PWD full form the
Public Work Department.
Public Works Department. Of course, you write Public Works Department. Works is basically what? When you specify, in case of specify to target. Another thing, works is, it refers to factories. Factories the factories the I have the iron factories, the iron works or story but my physical work to the iron works have say PWD kita khatanati se kanagumagi tabak se samna John Kitts John Kitts KEA John Kitts John Kitts works John Kitts na tabak sing magi contribution in the field of literature. What sort of works what sort of works did he write or did he do? John Kitts works. He wrote poems. He wrote different kind of drama. Literature the works otherwise generally work is the masing subject focus work works factory the mean third person I have the public key say private key whatever deal to go subject a portion say much work much singular or plural. Is it singular or plural in meaning? much work haibase singular meaning na natra plural meaning la haiba. Is it singular meaning or plural meaning?
Singular.
Singular.
Meaning haibani. Meaning hai di mai ki artha se singular haibana plural haibana haibani.
Plural meaning.
Plural meaning ni ko much work haibadi thabak kitang haibana ti thabak mayam haibane yare ko. Sai je mathaji kitang chain na re. Adana much work haibadi thabak mayam haibani. Obviously meaning to the plural name. Thabak ama haibis natna. One work haibana te a single work haibana te much work it means say multiple work haibane. Thabak mayam haibane. Meaning is the plural name. But the total meaning is plural. Yet this subject, which signifies plural in sense, much work. But the structure, these very subject, structure that it must be singular name. Why? It's not countable. So it should be has. Much work has been finished lately. This is the D. Masaygi. Masing tibia the noun mo ibnina. My meaning is plural meaning oizaragasu. Matung tanak verb to the subject to singular ibnina. Sigi subject is singular subject oyebo. Sigi subject kayeva. This singular subject when lower never. Maram digan masing tibia for mo ibnina. Adu itaragadi. Sigi singular subject se matungena. Magi verb to singular verb ibtabane. See have via there. Am I clear to you? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Make sing a go. Sing the Kanayori. I think much work have EVA the second work I was missing TV Yadi. Meaning the Mayama Tabak Mayama have never do passing TV Yadava. Now no more Ibanina. Sig subjects in a singular subject Ibanina. Singular subject matang the plural verb come you don't know. Singular subject matang the singular verb you much work has been finished lately and lately have the quick and have any go recently have this. My daughter Sigi patterns is psychic, you know. Verb the base of question of my name. Again, advices. Sit hang naraba. I'm a advice. I'm gonna S in or I'm gonna C in or very can you say?
Mana verb, mana noun malasa.
Verbs in the carbon.
Yes, in the visa.
S in the verb, in a verb to me. I think C in the noun. ES that is in a you know. Advice missing TV, abra.
Third person singular.
No.
Subject whatever.
No. Other than they go.
Yeah, they have time.
That person single number you want at TCD.
Subject is third person singular wherever the verb on the lock under.
No. Adu rules apply to we at there.
Or noun given at the air.
See the noun in the core. Other than this, I hanging it. See the noun, see the noun, see the kind of verb. See the noun. I'll give a question. See advice at the missing TV, abra. Advice thing, bro. Advice concrete.
No, the DRS.
Yeah, report. See the abstract report never. Yantarego. Abstract report ni. See the Hybrid Canada. Advice Hybermatamda. See the Kanagama Aigi, Itak Tongbaigi, seniors na. Say maybe family the your father or your mother or your uncles may give you a piece of advice. Seek advice on them. Poktak people there. Ganta city Poktak visit Kanagum, the Kanagum well-being the Magi. I found about them to hybrid the Masidi thing me upon a team. This is not something which is concrete. It's intangible, abstract, or it's all about wisdom, advice. So this is the CS it a verb there. She would accept it. See the kind of masing TV at the point. Advices have a kind of president. She's a non, I need the case. Masing TV at the S the pino higher. See twist and turn the Congo. The advice has a kind of Massi. Talk to Bunny, the advices have a target, must be information there. It's all about information. sina kano boktak ni sin information hack to adudi yung word amagi my information si magi meaning siya kung sumana mean to we the word amada kung s the pair da ba hetap san ba punti ko similar okay next was it kara nei na re kara nei ko kitang ko chapter amada deal chapter the focus to see let's talk about say the very first thing. Let's talk about article. Article does are focused okay. Matsang wala na si theory yam na magi basic theory to di kang le wa antani article is da ani lai wa indefinite article have ma indefinite article have ma amana definite article have matsang wala na do ni ko silista indefinite articles na kaino kang class 1 nga kang ngani indefinite articles article a have ma article a have amana article da have ma a question में तक हंगे हूँ सी ज्ञान तावरे हूँ the honest are to be rewarded for good we was here readable the honest are to be rewarded for good deeds. Now let's say this is A and this is B. See the article ni koi focus story se. Then again the whole part may be taken as C. Now let's assume this. I have written this sentence precisely based on this very article, and everyone knows how to use article in a sentence. This is something which is very much basic, that everyone is quite familiar with this, lesson or this uses, and this question is technically written for you to decide which portion is wrong and which portion is right, or maybe no error. The honest are to be rewarded for good deeds. This sentence is familiar with question number ni. Haibadi article is kano angang masa khang class say class 1 gi angang mana khang 2 gi angang mana khang ngani adum hujikan di adum tamme a n is the magi vowels ham sini hare a is an consonant ham sini hare smile like re so question number is the honest are to be rewarded for good deeds parekha tang ni smile hange yam line article the where should we fill up fill the articles and hang to na table and fill in the blank hang to na table this sentence in set up tore si sentence na kra kai soige do pasana technically focus toro adu ga kra kai soige do haven haro is it me 78 ni phumi se ko
sir
ada okay something more this is a it's questionable. You start doubting on this, and you have a doubt that maybe the first portion A might be incorrect or not suitable for as for the sentence concerned. Anything else?
A that's what don't want to.
A didn't learn normal. A that sway and had it.
See the answer for their good deeds. I don't know.
Okay, let's assume for the Tahariz. Hapsal se ko, like see the high. See Arabra. Rewarded for the good deeds.
For their good deeds, I mean, sir.
There, the or there, the or you go for there. There. Okay, I can see everyone and say, Elizabeth, are you there? Elizabeth, can you answer the question? Of your friends assigned that.
Are the is or the
Okay, let's say it be is. Okay. The honest are to be rewarded for the or for their good deeds. Please don't take much time on it. But I'm logo. And we are yet to explore so many things. We are yet to explore, learn many things which is beyond or which are beyond the basic fundamentals. As you're very much aware of these fundamentals, but we need to look beyond the fundamentals. That is more precise. It's more, mobilized. Basic fundamental ki wang mata khang muduni khang bai je exam ki damak tadi article an da sikatang khang mana te ko ado tai di yara ba itoi anand ni screen tadi padana ubu ngamre haro khang khang ba yara bro.
Honest memang dalam tutup malasan.
Okay, honesty is a virtue. Now let's write down here honesty. Okay, then let's say he is an honest man. You can see here honesty, you can see here honest, you can see here the same word honest. Jab mana ba word ni ko? Honest. Honesty is a virtue. Now let's say what about the sentence? Sidi sumberlan bra. Honesty is a virtue.
Correct, sir.
And another sentence here, he is an honest man. Chumilali. Chumiko. This is the focus to the as you can see here, how do you pronounce this word? Do we pronounce along with the H sound? Honesty. It's a silent word. When you pronounce them, you must pronounce say silencing this or omitting this H sound. It should be omitted. It should be omitted. And similarly here again, honesty and honest. Now let's say in terms of its power of speech. Power of speech, honesty is in a kind of honesty is in a kind of honest is in a kind of I won't lie. Mahaksi oye ama. Kariya mo oye. Buksil sengba mi mo oye. Have not throw. Yes, you're right. This is an adjective. Correct. Sinakaino?
No.
Noun.
In a noun. Done. Again, this is definitely an adjective. Similar word here, right here. All right. Now, as we have, let me say, confirm that this is basically a word which is using as an adjective to this noun, man, and honesty is basically a noun which is definitely an abstract noun that can't be touched but can be felt and understood. Khang ba khade khang ngamba natraga se phaw bo bani pukjel seng ba ha city abstract put there. Yare ko da masi kana abstract noun ha. Honesty is a virtue or he is an honest man. Si mamek seng this is the sidana article and tappe sidana article da tappe. That's the difference. Natra sidana article and tappe sidana article da tappe sidana article da sidati article am tappe honesty am tappe. Yare ko am tappe. She's jumme she's worrying. Sidana article da tappe is ka sidana article and tappe is ka. You should think about it. I mean, you need to, need to ponder over this uses. Why should we use article da in this case and article and in this case? And is it kind of singular. When we say an apple, and stands for one, we say apple. An apple. I mean, it talks about or it signifies singular. I mean, uses. So we normally say, if I say apples. Can I say an apples? Yeah. And apples have you
Yeah, right.
There you go. The N is going N signifies one. One apple have a chap man. ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯁꯤꯗꯩꯁꯤꯗ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯣ the honest ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒ and honest ꯈꯦꯠꯅꯕꯁꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯁꯤꯗ n ꯁꯤ article n ꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯄꯨꯛꯆꯦꯜ ꯁꯦꯡꯕ ꯃꯤ ꯑꯃꯈꯛꯇꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯔꯤꯅꯦ ꯒ꯭ꯌꯥꯟ ꯇꯥꯔꯦꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯇꯥꯔꯗꯤ it's very common and of course we need to use article n before this vowel sound ꯌꯥꯎꯕꯒꯤꯅꯦꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯦ ꯁꯤꯗꯩꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯁꯤꯗꯤ vowel sound ꯆꯞ ꯃꯥꯟꯅꯕ ꯋꯥꯍꯩꯅꯤ honest sꯤꯗ vowel sound o ꯍꯥꯏꯕ vowel sound ꯌꯥꯎꯔꯤ ꯌꯥꯎꯗꯕ ꯅꯠꯇꯦ sida n taptabida the tapise karigino and honest haragadi chumra nataga lanbra chumi lali hayu
lale sir
Lale.
adu itaragadi sida lali se sida article n habidi right sida article si the tapsal le adudi article the tappa matamda kanagumna a da lale na habisi yawgi ko a da lanba habidi hig yamata a da lanba manba. The honest are to be rewarded for good deeds. You might say for the good deeds. The hapusiyai, there hapusiyai. It's your choice. Ko. Aduga sida sida maga haige. Sida aisa di igi ko. Sida igi mo. Sida article data pe si article data pe si kari damak tata pina matamda. Adjective ki mamangda. Before adjective, let me write down here. Adjective ki mamangda. Si ubro udabra. Si ubro. And it's the adjective was ubra ba.
Oui, sir.
We go. Adjective on the article da tapsal. Adidi. Adjective on the article da tapsan targadi. Mana puri meaning se plural meaning way. Let me say once again, if you put article da before an adjective, it represents or it signifies plural meaning. The implication is that. Magi implication is kaino. I am tanda karigumba adjective on the article da tapatargadi haireba subject to plural meaning oyaneva. Aduna the honest haireba tanda mana mean to say honest oiba mi mayam du bane. I some example sin taba aruba na taba raiba example sit pigi ko. You the rich the hat the poor. The rich had the poor. So the sixth sentence, it's very common. The rich had the poor. The strong dominate the poor, the weak. The strong dominate the weak. CDM common order. Sida mana the rich had the poor matamda. Sida mana classified masida sen sige subjection na mean to risi kaino. The strong have matamda mana mean to risi kaino. Rich have isne kaino. Strong have isne kaino. Se adjective ata ni. Mane yung ko se adjective ata ni. Adjective on the article that upsele. The strong have ma. The rich have ma. The rich had the poor. Ina khunma kaya na sa haise. Ina khunma ama khatana laire ama khatang hangoi habra. I did. The rich and the poor means the rich. Hypersig subjection amount mean there's enough. The rich. It refers to the rich class, or so-called the elite. Had the poor, or the poor people, or the poor nations. So the rich had the poor. The rich have the mind mean to report that alternative. Enough. Ma'am, singina. Lie the best things there. Hungry, CD, hibernate. So my tawdana akan basing na ason basing bu dominate away nam thai haibane gyan tare ko du daragadi adjective on the article da tapatargadi any adjective will be any adjective adana adjective on the article da tapsan batargadi precisely article da not article a or article n tapatargadi magi meaning se kari hogi plural meaning hoyane. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Have you understood the concept literally? Manung the Pumi Porter Gantarabra article does adjective on tapsal utaragadi. It must mean the plural meaning. Adu do it. Yara bro.
Superlative degree ho sir.
Haro.
Adu sir does ya mang tapatari adjective se mai superlative ho jero.
Mamang tapatagada ba?
superlative 어디라고 superlative degree 어디라고
no superlative की वारी तो ना superlative किसो लाके नहीं article दा है superlative degree से नहीं को the strongest the fastest the longest or the biggest अदर मो superlative degree दा अतो पर मैम ले इसी just sample में खत्ते नहीं superlative degree से नबी याई comparative degree से नबी याई है बा article दा से क्या अंतर है बतना just दा आई ना आदि exam की pattern दा article दा मैंने questions मैंने set up तो याई है बनी दा यारे को similar है similar थला सी 좀 interesting way lo ko then music sida music pa na makatan ni se ko so article si course the basic tools ke sida article magi how to use article how to use A or N. Adum aina e report sa tum noi habit na sagi personal copy mu dum copy to buna dum kana gani ko sugi da budi sunta badudi
Yes sir.
adum ko thokini habit madu wash thabak mayam yamani na to pa class mu yaw ko gini heng ko gini horan ko gini how to use article A article and N A sine kaino ayam sang na sa hierarchy ko consonant sound consonant sound sinagani then ama swai ko semi vowel habam lai ko semi vowels again precisely the u y and w siju gani sida article A sinagani sijima adigi mo examples da habit iramge yung semi vowel matang da say a university similarly a union one way article tapis niko then again euro again European okay so consonant you are a boy a girl now we use article A before consonant sounds and article N how to use how to use article N this how I can say vowel sound that's in a vowel sounds okay no A E I O U these are vowel sounds basically and let's example for this example the overall like this this is the yam na khana kitang maru oy ai motam maru oy lo je kaino da sigi si ni ko this is the yo sigi semi vowel matang sida semi vowel se kano y ga w ga sound ni ya wa ko ai sigi sound ni y ga w ga sound je mo semi vowel ko sigi semi vowel da article and tap the article a tap ni this is the my kontoksi khoina university am kano y kontok mi yarong ni university again union sound of y starts in the when you pronounce them one way here you can see it's the w sound euro again y sound European again y sound now let's take this thing very seriously we should not learn or we should not understand these vowel sounds in the form of alphabet we must understand them in terms of its sounds sound of A, E, I, O, U. See concept love you go. See the vowel this A na hoba, E na hoba na alphabet one log tara di la ni, pura la ni. Adana see the U na howi. See the E siyawi, U siyawi, E siyawi, U. Spina color di la ni. Adadi gyan da dren low record. My see the vowel sounds have any contour never see contour a gi sound hoba e hoba I hoba si khata suna te my article any matang ne du ko amai to dana sida sigi semi vowel matang si gyan tarabra tai ta de hayu
Tarani sir.
gyan tare ko sigi y ga w ga sound and hoba taraga di sida hawriba wahai si u na hawe haibe de contour ti y ne si university na habrasibo union ha contour to magi say the way it pronounces in the very beginning of the word when you pronounce the word exactly say you pronounce university union one euro European smata na sigi wahi ngai si moi semi vowel ne semi vowel ani khatani le se ko semi vowel da y ga w ga le re vowel da a e I o u le te yin consonant sound khatane Wajik makatana nangi vowel sound koi article any matang da mo makatana I haige si evil or bra si evil or bra da hari si evil ya mutape ya ba si je
Yare sir.
evil tum kana gani ko haidi ayam haige si ai principle ni ko ai principle ni khang mo yo khang bo di yam khang ba ye yan dai ko khang bo di mam khang ba ye mayam ne nam su ye mayam hai ram su ye but you stay humble. You have learned enough and you know many things and you have lots of exposure in learning, but what I feel that we should stay humble always. I ngasai ai matang na yam ai di su yam na du da haning tre ko ai sigi feel da I would sigi ta like ta ke feel da I ko say 2000 I call 2006 the gay like that on a very say bigger platform I would say that time gonna time say then banking service chronicle BSc ga le kon Delhi de le see I was ma'am sida I sir kuina time 2006 to 2012 si time span sida mapan da kuina ta me ko 2014 da ai mapan 2014 da 2014 sida sir PhD phanga yim da thole adu matung da sida leire haibadi sigi time span sida kuina ta me aina kuina ta me haibagi ata de tem tanate eng sai mamang hai da si am to experience tor kan da exposure to question am to solve to ring khang ba hen mani adana anyway similar sumata I think focus to ning se vowel sound matang da ni vowel sound matang da sigi article si khatana da to su mayam le ko adu focus to you know adana mapan da coaching yaw su yum da yaw su taiba nangi quality of teaching materials provide to report to madu fazana quality access natra quality control to ga di chapti mana ko ni ko Delhi da coaching yaw ga exam at pound have di guaranteed ti leite ba adu guarantee leite dan samana Delhi da coaching yaw su ngare impal da yaw su samana ko ni ko it matters how you prepare and what you prepare essentially adu yamaru adu ni yes I was talking about this next this is the sigi article any matang di tamagi ge H silent words another thing H silent words then say shortened forms oblique contracted forms have the tension ba hai tare ko contracted forms hai ba sig ni ju article n sin bi ya kamai sin bi ya ge have do example da is why the ge mo sticky stick how ge this to kana han da say HONOUR then HONEST HEIR or HEIRESS. Make sense we go. This is the word map. Similarly, another thing, certain forms have the abbreviation forms in the say some have the SI, SO, S no things, then SB, then M no things, so MD, MO, then A no so AO, AFO, A. E. There are many. Another things that come up with F. F. F O. Then F I R. Now let's assume, as I mentioned very clear, silent words. How do you pronounce these words? We don't pronounce time as say hover party. We pronounce R. First, we need to put article N here. An R, an owner, an honest, an heir, an heiress. Heir have to get successively. So no part of the be the same. Go. Right? That Sigi high words things to open an article N tap connect. One thing Sigi eight things silent with any Pamatum. Can I record the vowel sound? You all that. Vowel sound, no yawi, vowel sound, your own voice. Who has the article N tap connect. Next part is this abbreviation system SI hai can see SO. But fully toga the cam kana record the fully target the article say N tapaya roy. Today is the S na ho sing sida mo my vowel sounds A vowel sound your and SI haircut and SO and SP haircut. Here I go. So mine MD and MD. Again, the sound of vowel sound comes here. And MO, AO, and AO, and AFO, AE, FO, or FI, like this. We have to put article and before this shortened forms or so-called abbreviated forms. I hope this is very clear. Make sure everyone can leave. Yan tata bro.
Answer.
Yeah, record. Similarly. Let's say look a little more deeper. Mr. Article A, Mr. John wants to see you. Wants to see you. See you. We will say, hey, Mr. John wants to see you. The other thing, Mr. John wants to see you. Similar here. Okay, so this is the similar. Another thing, many a student is attending. See, isan mo am kana ganito. ID kangabani na laitong pwede. ID kangabani na laitong targadi. Kasata overconfidence is patini. And many a student is attending class, or many an actor is playing different roles. Now, without wasting time further, let's focus on these two types of, say, structures. Mr. John wants to see you, and Mr. John wants to see you. This is article. You can see here article A here and article N and article A right here. I'm gonna tap subject is a subject. That's right. You know. Hey, Mr. John wants to see you. Hi, Bissina. Hey, Natsumibra. Nadraga John, Mr. John wants to see you have it seen it to me. Now which one is more appropriate? Elizabeth. Then Franco Sanderson. This sentence, we are mainly concerned with this first part, this very structure. If Mr. John wants to see you, or Mr. John wants to see you, which sentence is more appropriate?
Mr. John. Mr. John.
Okay. Dinesh. Dinesh, how are you, bro? Come in to me.
Mr. John wants to see you.
Mr. John.
Animak chumme sir.
Animak chumme. I think so. So, it's my personal observation, and I think we're learning language, and a language should be grounded on the grammar, which helps to restructure or structure the sentence or structure the language. So, I being a faculty right here, I'm trying to figure out how to write and what to write using correct use of articles, which you might think is easy, but I don't think it's not that easy. One should go beyond the fundamentals, which is very much essential for being, an aspirant. And let's not take it, lightly, because a sentence can be written in a very complex manner, which is not that easy to understand when you take a glance. There is some sort of sincerity, which is very much essential. Sincerity, See, I've been teaching for the last many years, and I have been explored to the utmost level, which I have been doing. And I have taught so many students, and I have learned many things from them as well. So let's focus and to prepare well. Now, and Mr. Joel wants to see you, of course, this is also correct. And at the same time, the next sentence omitting article A is also correct. I must say both the sentences are correct. Now, what is the minor, difference between these two sentences? We can see article A right here. It means something different. A, Mr. John. And I said already, A means one. Oh, Mr. John wants to see you. Have the John ko mi amahay mo. Mr. John amana nahapo na pami. Have natro. Adidi John ko ba amahay tagadi. This person John is not known to you. This third person John. This third person John, named John, is not known to you. He's a stranger. You can write down he's a stranger. And neither John go ahead. You have never met him before, and the person is not familiar. It's not a familiar. But you don't know him personally, and his name is John. John ko amana ko mi amana na ko pani. The article 8 of the stranger way. Here ko. The article tap tabasi article A yaw do se John Mr. John wants to see you. This person is known to you personally, and you are known to him, you're known to John. So you guys know each other. But in the first case, Mr. John wants to see you, the person is not known to you. I mean, he is a stranger to you. Am I clear? Am I clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Many a student is attending class. At this moment, I can see some students have left the class, maybe the class started with a long, say, deliberation, say, introducing different sort of, say, technicalities and things which you are going to learn from different, faculties, and so on. Many a student is attending class, many a student is attending class, many an actor has hired. Let me ask you, many and much. What is the difference? Many is for countable and much is for definitely uncountable. That's all. Many boys, many books, many friends, many places, much much water, much pressure, much intensity, like this. Student
Yes,
there you
sir.
go. Many students have high degree. My question is this. Why it should not be like this? Many students are attending. Many students are attending class. Many students are attending class. Similarly, many actors are playing different roles. High degree. Si may nakairam na sumay iram si sentence la la person.
Lande.
Many our student is attending class high level. Sentence report. Si sentence da. Si sentence Ibemhal sumay iram ta di sentence. Many students are attending class high level. It does make sense. It really means. Something meaningfully, it means many students have the class yawi. Many students know higher. This sentence is $1. Can I say, can I just cross it?
Lande, sir. Lande.
This is the structure. Structure. The structure is assumption that many article A or article N is definitely followed. Then followed by what? Followed by singular noun. Then followed by singular verb. Singular pattern is singular verb. Now you can see this pattern is definitely applied in these sentences. So many a student is attending class, or many actors playing different roles. Now we can see these two sentences applying this role, applying this structure, and you should know that. Many are A or N, and singular noun followed by singular verb. See, the meaning set. See, cross the way I recall. Meaning see, many are students. Many are students attending class. Many the Mayam have any student Satra. Mayam ama Satra na halani atan matanda. Satra Mayam Satra ama Mayam have the other dinner. 100 my meaning said Satra Mayam ama halani. This Mayam ama Satra have the positive dinner. Higher positive dinner. Sigi noun sina horani actors and honey. Actor mayam ama satra mayam ama hai target ni. Sida pattern meaning structure is the singular the structure where the structure is definitely singular, yet the meaning is plural. Many students attending class, the structure is singular, apply this rule, nothing else. I mean, just apply this rule on it. But the meaning is this. Many students are attending class. C sentence, I think this is very clear. Get Targo.
Sir.
I don't know see concept, see concept come to article the article the days and the article have articles the days my and the question is sometimes I don't come to yeah similar article in the basic miscellaneous part. Miscellaneous exam oriented orientation part. I'm going to the president and the secretary the president and secretary are on leave today. Okay, similarly, and the president and secretary is on leave. Another thing, Jordan, you should decide the case. Well, the father in him could serve his son's life. You can see article the. This sentence is pattern things. This article is based on this is article the extra sentence ani si karam chumi karam lali ani mo chumra ani mo landra ama pun chumi bra
Sir, the president the president and the secretary are on leave today.
Okay.
Sentence animak ulap chom ahan bagi ani se.
Animak chumne hai. Okay. Even the message you can answer highly respond to. Okay.
The president and secretary is on leave today.
Animak chumdu male ahan bayjina president secretary to tongan region gi shuti lawbi male duga ani shubai statement sina region chamana gi shuti puna lawbi male
Reason chamana bagi na tesa ani shubai na president ga secretary ga 1% khak oidune ba. Adugi.
Okay. President and secretary is on leave. Computer turning에서
Emuko, see? Now, as this sentence the very first sentence, as we have observed that the president and the secretary. Now this is a noun, and this is another noun. This is a noun. Okay, this is another noun. You can see article da separately. It means noun is on the article da. The president is the man or the person who is not the secretary. I repeat, the president is a person who is not the secretary. Get that role. This is the president, the X co-president, this is someone of X, that's Y. Don't mean. Get that. The president and the secretary. So Mr. X or Mr. Y, these two individuals are different, and therefore we use article the separately before each noun. The president, one man or one person, then the secretary, another person. So article the is used separately in order to show individual differences. So we use article the here, the president and the secretary. These individuals are acting or working as president and secretary separately. Individual difference therefore the sentence is correct. Now listen up. The president and secretary is on leave. It's a little questionable. Well, some of you might have a little doubt on it, because why should we follow is here? Here we follow are. Why? Why is? Why not are here? The president and secretary. The president, this is the person who is also the secretary. And this secretary himself or herself is the president. So there's only one man, or only one person, or maybe Mr. X. This person is similarly here. In the sense that the person is acting president and secretary at the same time. So the person is doing two jobs, designated two jobs for two positions at the same time. So the president is secretary and the secretary is president. How many persons are here? How many persons are here?
One.
Only one person. And how do you confirm that? You don't need to put article separately. You put article does a common. The president is himself or herself the secretary. So there's only one person here. The president and secretary is on leave. Therefore the sentence is also correct. Is that clear?
Sir, this is the president slash secretary, the president come secretary.
Come secretary have dinner. As the number of Kona, and say club Pina to make dinner of Homatanda, see me, presidentially secretary, see Mota, see N is Mota, see you and Kamaniba, the president comes secretary. And this sentence here for the Yadi. And this here for the Yadi. But, Karibuga, Kana pamphlet Nikandi, that Ragase making the form of the Kana high with 3% Nakanda in a secretary, president, member, that Raga finance to 5 million in a member, general secretary, even the EBA, me the money, because it's seeking me there. Say some have the study you go. Kanang ni matahari se koigi busy case ki matang da oza ai kaw re MU da professor Pandey matang da professor Pandey ji matang tar pa da okay se professor Sanatoki tar Professor Anthony Singano, Mahasi, Manipuri Department, Manipuri department da my professor name. Get that more. PROF. At the same time, was it home? Was it the Zalo Professor Kendra or how our music and professor to visit interim, interim, can was it VC. Otherwise, one of them, Manipuri department is a professor at the same time as a VC. Interim VC. Yeah, the C person said, C means in a amount of she is what? She is a professor working in the Department of Manipuri language, and at the same time she was in charge of interim VC. Appointment VC appointment deeply with the low getting idea. BC to waiting on the mark set, but I'm covered a little tap with the mark interim BC suere, BC but temporary BC suere at the same time. My department is not adopted. To adopt the heavy my department is more easily. I do that would be me and whatever. 5% is in the town. My department, you can any meeting from the BC department. And my opinion here. Oh, say Professor High come interim can handle it. Interim BC handling it. My lap there. My sentence every year they have me. Sentence every command man BC. Anything else?
Sir, my president and secretary say different person or the say punalaw diya bro.
Different person or what?
The president Mr. X or secretary Mr. Y or secretary the say lautoga RUD soy bro.
I'm gonna say Tonga article that Tonga city now city president show me a money. She should be a money and I didn't want me with the article that the way I have. And I article that the way I have article that the way I have me and inedible. Mr. X is not the same X here. Mr. X is one person and Mr. Y is another person. Secretary Tonga, President Tonga, article that in case see president in a secretary who would target the hell. See president in a secretary, whatever, see secretary in a president. I mean, me and Mato and Tadi Hamani. See professor Nas of Sanato, me with I say. As a professor in my university, Manipuri department, my professor there. At the same time as in interim VC were there. Cantarabo, the Panap, and then the country below to give one over there. Other Mazicano. Man, Purmagi, I did positions, I need to have. Me, I need to target the. Some higher club of them. Me later, the president, secretary of me, a secretary, secretary of me is in our personal that article that common name. The president and secretary. Yaraba Gantarbo.
Sorry, sir.
It's not a confusion. I have explained enough to make you aware of sensibly the, say, distinct differences. If you put article the separately before each noun, the president and the secretary like this, then it means there are two persons. Two persons are acting or two persons are doing the job of president and secretary individually. And on the other hand, if the president is working secretary, I mean, one person is acting the post of president and secretary at the same time, then you can put article da as a comment. That's it. Now let's move on next. The judge and you should decide a case well. This article da. Judge in you should decide a case well. I mean, the father in him could save his son's life. This sentence is not the war of last sentence is war manage too much. We just starting the view. See, last is system to see one of the same go. What the hell is it? 6 sentence last sentence say, ani say, this sentence must be I appreciate your patience. See, you start your class at 6:30, and before that, say you had been waiting for the class for so long, and the class has been continuing since you started. The judge and you should decide the case. Well, the sentence is the article that judge father judge the father is now adjective la
Adjective.
Adjective name. Just the thing father, see, you have a father, everyone has father. Judge in you. See, judge, see, father, see. Article data, so that. Example one is high, adjective one article data, for the man, high, the rich, the poor, I would money, meaning to money, the honest, meaning to money. I do a that judge is definitely a noun. Father is also noun. Now it's questionable, is this noun concrete? See, judge must concrete word noun must say. See noun, see judge must say black and white lit pa me durava.
Notation.
Abstract noun.
Yes, definitely. This is, of course, an abstract noun. Abstract noun. Now, how do you think so? Why do you think so?
The just in you. The just in you, in him, the ye.
Yes. The judge, see, judge is concrete noun, nothing. Black, what live to that. The judge and you had the no more the Yauriba, judge the justify the then reasoning power, rational opportunity, get that recall. No one the Yauriba. See, use the Yauriba, no one the Yauriba. Justice to Bichar to Achun to me, Sinner to me, Lali. Lali Mamsina Kaino, Sumi Mamsina Kaino, and justice to Bichar to justice to justify to So it is basically what? Justice. Mental justice stimulated. Yeah, I go. The target D article data pay. The justice in you have some money. Yeah, I go. Another thing, see father, see father, see Mr. X, Mr. Y, go father to that day. Y component on to much of my father to that day. No one the Yoriba. See hymns the Yoriba. Mapa no the my and the attributes of being a father. It's what basically it is fatherhood. See the fatherhood there. Let me write down here. Fatherhood. Fatherhood is clear. See the hymns the Mahakta Yoriba, Hon Yoriba. Mapa amo the my magun head. Mapa amo being magun heavily care. Mapa Masaga with a Kakari Katokumi. He can sacrifice so many things for the sake of his son. So the father in him. Mapam Jarvan Mapa Amo being my Magundina. My Masana Padim Consido can keep him. I can keep him maybe singing out and bay, whatever young film, young Aluba. So the fatherhood, or the qualities of being a father, could save his son's life. And therefore, we can see article da here, article da here. Am I clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
See, today, that's one of those classes. In fact, we were about to start a class on time. At 6:30, but somehow we can start it since there are little, say, in other program. Anyway, in the next class, we'll certainly focus on this chapter with the exercises. And I hope you to see say some more exercises in the class, and we'll certainly focus on implementation of those rules, and we'll certainly focus on it. Thank you so much. Thank you for your patience. Thank you so much.